Welcome to USI Tech, the future of cryptocurrency. Now, I'm going to take you through not only who the company is, but how you make money very easily using their products. Before we get started, let me take you through this disclaimer. Proof of payment is no guarantee you will earn the same, but it will be possible to earn this and more with an equal or greater strategy and work ethic. Any earning figures shown are not a guarantee of income, and figures are presented for illustration purposes only. So who are USI? Well, they're a technology company that has specialized for many years in the development of automated trading software. Quite simply, that means expert advisors or robotics to allow you to trade the markets on autopilot. They've probably produced up to 100 different versions of this software, and up until the end of last year, you would have needed $100,000 to get access to that software. But all that changed. The company changed direction and decided to lower the thresholds and to open it up to the masses. Now, the corporate team are made up of three individuals. Ralph Gold, who has managed and traded for numerous VIP clients, producing results consistently and providing them a good return on investment. Now, Ralph heads up the trading strategy for USI Tech, and what he doesn't know about cryptocurrency and forex trading isn't worth knowing. Horst Gidger has a corporate background in commercial securities. He's been responsible for large administrative teams, has floated two companies for many millions, and has announced that he will retire in 2019. And that's a really important statement for you to understand. Horst wants to take the company from private ownership into public ownership, in other words, to float the company prior to his retirement. And if anybody has been on one of those rides, you can understand the laser-like focus that they have in making sure that the value of the company, but prior to flotation, is going to be as high as possible. So you're in a very, very good place currently. Mike Kiefer, well, he is the company ambassador. Mike has a wealth of experience in building network marketing teams around the globe. He flies all over the world and has been the catalyst to move the company through many territories, including the 70 countries or more that they are already in. And he supports me and our teams and many others in changing lives all over the world. The recent addition and merger bringing Evan Ahern into the fold as head of product development. Evan in his own right is a multi-billionaire, yes, billionaire, and is an exceptional individual and has raised over the last 15 years, over $4 billion from capital markets for various ventures. He is a business owner, has had numerous companies, in fact, in excess of 50 corporations, and still has many of them today, and works with expert teams of investors, scientists, and engineers. Now, his focus is very much on technology infrastructure and system integration, and the technologies that they are focusing specifically on as renewable energy creation, heating and cooling solutions, and blockchain solutions. Now, that may not mean too much to you at the moment, but you'll see in a moment as how the partnership is absolutely perfect between USI Tech and Evan's background. He works obviously with the leading scientific minds around the world, and without any question, the intention is to make USI Tech a world leader in technology field, ensuring sustainability. So future product developments are going to involve a strategic investment fund, which will include financial license opportunities, and those broken down will mean their own money exchange, their own brokerage, online banking, and a very clear and exciting ATM distribution strategy that we're going to talk about very shortly. Now, the most exciting thing that Evan announced in London at the anniversary event on the 28th of October was the hydrogen electric generator that's been patented and is about to change many industries globally. Now, to give you an idea, in the world of cryptocurrency and specifically mining of cryptocurrency, the biggest cost is an electrical cost. 90% of the cost of mining is actually in electricity. So this electric generator that you see in front of you can produce electricity at virtually zero cost. And these now have been patented are now in the fold of Usi Tech, which has an incredible value in itself, and are just being connected to the $70 million worth of mining rigs that have just been installed in the data mining plant in Iceland, which you'll see on a video on this page. So look at some stats. How big is Usi Tech? Now you need to remember that they only moved into cryptocurrency in March of this year. Previously, they were renowned for their forex trading software, and they've already taken 1% of the global Bitcoin mining market, which is staggering in a short amount of time. They have 2.5% of the global Ethereum mining market. And as I've mentioned, they've just recently invested $70 million in mining hardware, which, as I mentioned, you can see on this page in another video. And that in turn secures the cash flow for the likes of you and I for the future. And each month, they've pledged to put 10 million more into that hardware as the company grows and more affiliates join. And without any question, this is going to put Usi Tech very much in a position of being the global market leader in crypto mining. Now, I mentioned about an ATM distribution strategy. There are currently around 3 million cash ATMs worldwide. And quite clearly, most of those deal with fiat currency. And it's Usi Tech's ambition and clear vision to play a very large part in the rollout of cryptocurrency ATMs around the globe. Now, that will simplify the purchase and selling of cryptocurrency to the likes of you and I. So you go to a shopping mall or a gas station, and a machine will be there very much like the one you see Ralph Gold standing next to on the right, where you'll be able to change your fiat currency, your dollars, your euros, your pounds, to cryptocurrency, send money from A to B, and as you can see on that screen, also be in a position to join the Usi Tech business. And it is their intention to allow the likes of you and I to lease one of those ATMs, or as many as we would like, place them wherever we wish to, and therefore have people joining our business if we choose. So there is going to be an exponential growth of crypto ATMs around the world, and Usi Tech plan to have a very large part in that. In addition to all of that, there is full product transparency for the first time coming to our back office. So once you've opened your free account today, which you can do so by clicking the register for free button on this page around you, you will be able to, once you've purchased your packages, be able to view the blocks which are being mined by Usi Tech. That's the first time that's ever going to be possible. And transparency is so important, which I'm going to come on to very shortly. You'll be able to do the same for your forex packages, which are soon to be integrated into the back office. And that transparency itself not only gives you and I complete peace of mind and legitimacy that we can see the transactions and the trades taking place on a daily basis, but of course the government regulators around the world. The recent addition of member support has been a massive boost, and although they've been inundated with the migration of the old website to the new, there are now 24/7 phone support lines in 4 territories around the world. There are global locations, and those are in Southern America, Northern America, Europe, and the Philippines. They're multilingual, and up until recently, over 80% or more of support queries were technical issues requiring IT intervention. A lot of that has now changed and gone away due to the launch of the new back office. We won't look at an email, but there's a number for you. That is a US number based in Vegas that you can call through and speak to anybody with any queries that you may have with regards to the support of your business. So let's take a look at the products. That's what you're here for. First of all, the Bitcoin package that has captured the imagination of the world and meant that nearly 500,000 members have now joined Usi Tech in the last few months. The Bitcoin package is very simple. What Usi Tech have done is allowed us to break down and purchase Bitcoin into €50 or $60 packages. We basically purchase the package. Usi Tech trade that for us on a daily basis on our behalf and then generate a return of capital for us. The new forex package I mentioned up until last year, you would have needed $100,000 to get your hands on the software. And then it was very complicated in that you would need then to get your own broker account, give the broker permission to connect that software to your account. You would need a VPS or VPN, a virtual private server, to ensure that you always maintained contact with that account, and so on. And due to the success of the Bitcoin packages at 50 euros, they've done and introduced exactly the same thing with forex. You will now be able to go in and buy a forex package for the same price, 50 euros, and the profits will be equivalent to that on the Bitcoin packages. The third product just launched is TechCoin. There are several options for packages, and I'll take you through those very shortly. So let's talk about the Bitcoin package. How does it work? Well, very simply, you can purchase one Bitcoin package or as many as you like. You're purchasing in Bitcoin, which is equivalent to 50 euros. You receive around 1%, and that does vary. Some days it's slightly less or slightly more per working day, not weekends or national holidays, for roughly 140 days. And you will get a return of capital of 140%. So let me break that down. You're going to buy a package for 50 euros, a Bitcoin package. The company are going to trade it on your behalf. They're not only going to pay you back what you paid for it initially over the course of 140 days, but they will pay you 40% profit in addition. In other words, you're getting 140% back of your original purchase. And for every Bitcoin package that you purchase, the company are going to give you a TechCoin token with every one that you buy. The forex packages that are about to be integrated work in exactly the same way. You buy them for 50 euros, you receive around 1% of return of capital per day for around 140 days. So again, the same thing applies. You get your money paid back to you and a 40% profit at the end of that period. TechCoin. Well, it's being introduced in the form of an ICO, which is an initial coin offering. And you can purchase TechCoin token packages as part of that ICO in 5 different ways, and they are all commissionable, as you can see at the bottom of the screen. And I'm going to go into more detail about TechCoin. Here are your packages. You've got a silver package, gold, ruby, emerald, and diamond. The value of the packages are listed underneath each one. And the important thing to note is the number of tokens that you are going to get. And I'm going to explain how the tokens are then going to be converted to TechCoin and the benefits of you getting involved at this early stage. So why should you be involved? Well, very simply, let's take a look, for example, at today's Bitcoin price. Today is the 18th of November 2017, so depending on when you're watching this video, please note that is today's date when I've recorded this. And the current Bitcoin price is $7,745, almost at an all-time high. Now, only back in January the 12th, 2017, Bitcoin was at $798. It's gone from $798 to nearly $7,800. Now, many of you may be thinking, well, you've missed the boat. I promise you, you haven't. And the reason I say that is there are so many things that are influencing the price of Bitcoin, and one of them is the Security and Exchange Commission here in the USA. Now, up until very recently, 2 or 3 companies have put what we call an ETF, an exchange-traded fund, in front of the Securities and Exchange Commission, asking them or trying to force their hand to regulate and to monitor those funds. Now, at that point, if the SEC had decided to do so, the currency would have deemed to be a legitimate and official currency that could be traded on the markets. And of course, the price would have been reflecting at the same time. So up until now, that hasn't happened. There is another fund and another company that is placing yet another fund in front of the SEC. But we know at some point in the near future, it's extremely likely that the SEC will regulate it. And therefore, that is going to have a very significant bearing on the price of Bitcoin. You may know this company, and rumors are right at the moment that they are likely to be accepting Bitcoin as a method of payment on their platform. And Amazon are currently one of the world's biggest online retailers. What do you think that in turn is likely to do to the price of Bitcoin if that announcement is made? Well, absolutely. My opinion is it's going to soar way beyond where it is at the moment, and there are many other things in the pipeline that are likely to affect the price in a similar direction. It is volatile, it does go up, it does go down, but we need volatility. If the price was constant, you couldn't trade with it or against it on a daily basis. And to give you an idea of the perspective of Bitcoin and where it sits in the market, and this slide is a little out of date, Bitcoin probably makes up around 76 billion at the moment, but you can look at Bill Gates there with a net worth of 86 billion. So Bitcoin is much smaller than Bill Gates, who happens to love Bitcoin. You look at Amazon, 457 billion. The US dollar in circulation there at the bottom, 1.5 trillion. And all physical money, $31 trillion. So it's just a very, very small pinprick in the financial picture. But that will change, and it is getting traction, and things will move very significantly in the coming months. Our good old friend Warren Buffett, well, he said of our $49 billion we have to invest, we haven't moved any into Bitcoin. And then within a few weeks, renowned investor and Berkshire Hathaway CEO Warren Buffett spoke out about Bitcoin for the second time, calling the digital currency a brilliant, unprecedented innovation in an interview with CNBC, and subsequently have moved many millions of dollars into the market. A familiar face, Sir Richard Branson. I think it's working. There will be other currencies like it that may be even better, but in the meantime, there's a big industry around Bitcoin. And Sir Richard Branson holds seminars, etc., on his private island and has done for the last 7-8 years for the blockchain leaders. He is heavily involved with Bitcoin. Ben Bernanke. Virtual currencies may hold long-term promise, particularly if the innovations promote a faster, more secure and more efficient payment system, which is exactly what Bitcoin does. Bill Gates. Bitcoin is exciting because it shows how cheap financial transactions can be. Bitcoin is better than currency in that you don't have to be physically in the same place, and of course for large transactions, currency can get pretty inconvenient. So, how do you make money? Well, here's the important bit. Bitcoin packages, let's take a look. They're going to pay you a daily payment, which is the return of capital. You get daily withdrawals where you can remove and withdraw your daily returns and commissions should you choose to share this with other people. And those commissions and daily returns can be immediately used to purchase yet more Bitcoin packages, which of course can result in a highly profitable compounding effect. So here's an example. Let's take 20 Bitcoin packages. They're 50 euros per package, 20 of them's 1,000 euros. The runtime, as I said before, is approximately 140 working days. And the return of capital after that period of time would be 1,400 euros. In other words, you've had your money back and made 400 euros at the same time. And of course, you need to bear in mind one very, very important thing. We get paid in Bitcoin from each package, not in euros, not in dollars, not in British pounds, in Bitcoin. So as the price of Bitcoin increases, as it is doing, and of course it could go down and will go down in that period, but everybody predicts it's likely to increase, then of course the value of what we have goes up accordingly. So in your back office, once you've opened your free account, you'll be able to see today your back office package calculator. And I've taken the example we've just looked at and transferred it to those figures. You'll see at the top, we have 20 Bitcoin packages. We've set and assumed that the average return of capital is around 1% a day. And I've set the account here to 100% rebuy, which means every time I'm generating money, and I'll take you through that below, then my account would automatically buy me more Bitcoin packages because I want to compound my packages to create a more substantial account. So here down the left-hand side are your working days, 1 through to 5. You can see the return of capital that we are generating each day from each package. 20 packages for the first 4 days. And on the right-hand side here, what you can see is that we've generated on day 1 0.0015 Bitcoin in profits from those 20 packages. The next day we've generated double that because we've got 2 packages, right? The next day and so on. Ultimately, by day 4, we have enough money that we've generated from the trading to buy another package, and our packages have now grown from 20 to 21. Let's just move that forward 1 year, 260 working days. Now what you can see here is the working days are on the left-hand side, and the important bit to understand is that you've now gone from 20 packages on day 1. You've compounded them, and this is assuming that you've not withdrawn any money, but you're now growing at the rate of at least 1 package a day, some days 2 packages. And you can see that on the daily return of capital, you've generated from 120 packages, you're now getting 0.0092 Bitcoin per day. Now 0.0092 Bitcoin per day at the current rate of around $7,800 per Bitcoin is around $72 a day. There are 21 working days that your packages are traded for per month, so that will give you a payment of $1,506 per month. So let's just move this slide forward, and let's assume that you don't buy 20 packages, you consider buying 200 packages here at the top. That would be 10,000 euros or $11,600. Here you can see that everything's increased by a factor of 10. Your 200 packages that you bought initially in a year's time would be, you would have 1,231 packages paying you out 0.095 Bitcoin per day. The exchange rate today on Bitcoin is 7,800. That's $741 per day with 21 working days in a month. That's nearly $15,000 per month. Now, what I'd like you to just pause on for a moment is we're projecting these figures forward a year. Who believes that Bitcoin will still be at $7,800 in a year's time? Bearing in mind only a few months ago, it was only at $780. Many people think Bitcoin could be at $20,000 this time next year. And if that was the case, let's just say it doubled, then of course the figures that you're looking at here would mean that by buying 200 Bitcoin packages, compounding them for a year, paying you out 0.95 in 12 months time, 0.095 in 12 months time, you would be generating, if Bitcoin was at $15,000 per Bitcoin, nearly $31,000 per month. Quite staggering. And if you went to one more and looked at 2,000 Bitcoin packages, which was a value of 100,000 euros or $116,000, you'd be getting in a year's time, assuming that you're getting a 1% growth per day and you are not withdrawing any money and you're compounding your account for 1 year, just around 1 Bitcoin a day. And if Bitcoin was at $15,000, then that's $15,000 every day, 21 working days in a month. That's $315,000 in month 1 alone after 12 months, way beyond the figures obviously that you were looking at previously. So everything that you've seen so far is totally passive trading. You've not had to talk to anybody, share with anybody, recruit anybody. You've just decided to get involved in the fastest growing currency on the planet, purchase your Bitcoin packages, or having an option to purchase your forex packages, or a combination of the both on your tech coin, but it's been done completely passively. You do not have to be sitting in front of a screen. You do not have to log on. You set your account and get on with your life. This is what your back office is going to look like once you've opened your free account and logged in. I won't dwell on that because you can find your way around that, and I will be doing some videos to explain all the features in your back office. Now, back at the end of 2016, the company decided, with the guidance of Mike Kiefer, to go down the networking or referral route to grow the business. And that's why we've had nearly 500,000 members join in a very short period of time. Many other companies go in different directions. The likes of Nadex spend millions and millions of dollars on international marketing via YouTube and those sort of platforms. But USI Tech feel that word of mouth is a much better source. Let people see exactly how we can change their lives, and they, of course, are then going to tell others. So the compensation plan, what is the benefit of you sharing this with other people? Well, Even those that said they did not wish to do so cannot help themselves. When they see what their accounts are doing, they want to tell others about it and make a difference in other people's lives. So 35% is paid out in commission over 12 levels. And what I can tell you is you don't even need to fund an account to benefit. You can open your free account today on this page that you're looking at. You can refer other people and share this with other individuals. And the minute that they start to purchase packages, the company will pay you 10% commission for that referral. So let me keep it simple. You refer this to Robert, you've opened a free account. Robert buys $1,000 or €1,000 worth of packages, and you would receive €100 in your back office instantly. That's completely free. There is no monthly subscription. There is no auto ship. And you are simply sharing this with other people and getting paid for doing so. From there, you've got €100. You may decide to buy some more packages, or you might decide to withdraw that. My advice would be buy packages, but that's up to you. That is level 1, completely free, that the company gives you. Now, there are 12 levels. Level 2 and 3, you need to get 3 referrals, 3 direct referrals, that each have at least 12 packages. And that way, levels 2 and 3 are opened up for you. And then, each subsequent level from 4 to 12, you need 1 other direct referral with at least 12 packages on each and every level from levels 4 to 12. So to summarize, you basically need to get 12 direct members over whatever period of time you feel is comfortable, who at least have 12 packages each to open up all 12 levels of commission. So let me take that one stage further and explain to you. You can see the percentages down the right-hand side, the levels down the left. The company is going to give you level 1. You don't need to pay or fund your account. They're going to pay you 10% of any referrals that you make. And the important thing for you to understand is that you don't just get 10% of what they buy today, but the company are going to pay you 10% of that and everything that account grows to for the life of that account. So we looked at the compounding effect and how people started with 20 packages, and in a year's time, they became 121 packages. That means that if that was your referral, you would have been paid for 121 packages over the course of that year. That meant that account would have spent 6,000 euros, and you would have received 10% of that over the year. In other words, 600 euros in your back office. Starting to get the picture? Sharing is extremely lucrative. So moving on, let's talk about TechCoin. I said I was going to come back to it. And what is an ICO? Well, this is really important for you because you are getting involved or about to get involved with a company that has a clear vision of going public, and part and parcel of that is that they have launched their new product, TechCoin, are offering it out as an initial coin offering or ICO. Let's talk about that. An initial coin offering, also commonly referred as an ICO, is a fundraising mechanism in which new projects sell their underlying crypto tokens in exchange for Bitcoin. It's somewhat similar, if you've ever been involved in it, in an IPO or an initial public offering, in which investors in a company, they purchase shares, and more often than not at preferential rates ahead of when that company decides to come out of private ownership into public ownership. So why TechCoin? Well, TechCoin is in pre-launch stage, and it's been limited to 500 million euros worth of tokens for USI Tech members only. It's not available to the general public. So once you've joined, you've opened your free account, you can buy your TechCoin packages and token packages, and there are going to be 500 million euros worth of them. And at that point, you will see there is a very substantial tipping point that you need to be aware of. So what props up and increases the value of the TechCoin? Well, the renewable energy and technology that we looked at earlier on is going to play a very large part about that. Just imagine that if that energy and that technology was licensed out to air conditioning companies and heating companies, you name it, anybody that uses electricity, they're able to generate that at an incredibly low cost. then of course it has huge demand and huge value. So with that sort of technology backing Techcoin, who would not want to get involved? Now let me explain to you how that works. Well, we looked at the packages earlier. There are 5 of them, but I want to just break down the benefits of getting involved now and why you're being given this preferential option ahead of the company going to the exchange. Let's take the gold package. The gold package is $2,899. If you were to buy that, right up until the point that the company have sold 125 million tokens, you will be able to buy that package, receive 5,000 tokens, which you see here on the right-hand side, and the minute that the company reach 125 million in sales, those tokens will double for you. You will then receive 10,000 tokens in total. So just follow that through. The Ruby package, let's take a look at that. $12,000 to buy it, and you receive 20,000 tokens. But that will double twice. When the company reaches 125, it doubles from 20 to 40, and when the company sells 250 million worth of tokens, it will double again to 80. But what you must understand is if you try and leave it too long and buy these packages after they've reached the first threshold, for example, the gold package, if you bought it today and they reach the first threshold, your tokens will double. If you bought it after the 125 million is sold, and let me tell you, they've sold nearly 50 million already, you will not get that double up bonus. You will miss it. So do be aware that you want to get in swiftly, because there are millions of tokens that are being sold currently. And it runs right the way through to the diamond package, where here you can see that the diamond package doubles on 4 occasions. The first occasion is here, you get 100,000. When 125 million are sold, you get 200,000. It's doubled. When it reaches 250 million of sales, it goes to 400,000. 375 million goes to 800,000. And when they finally sold the last amount at 500 million, you will have 1.6 million tokens. So how does that affect you? Well, let's look at the other coins that are out there, the other cryptocurrencies. I've left Bitcoin off because we all know about that. It's number 1. But you've got Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Ripple, Litecoin, Dash, Neo, and Nem. Look at the values of those. Litecoin, $62 currently. Dash, $306. Ripple, at the moment, very low currently, but will go up significantly. That's linked to the banking industry. Bitcoin Cash, 637. Well, that's actually way up now. That was at 1100 today. This slide's slightly out of date. What you can see is the value of these coins are very significant. So what if Techcoin, once they've sold their 500 million tokens, they are going to take the tokens to the exchange, into the public market, and then exchange those tokens for a coin. So if you happen to own 1.6 million tokens, you've got 1.6 million coins. Hopefully you've followed that. So what would the value be, given what we know about the technology that is propping up the coin? And there are many other things that are coming online to assist that. What if Techcoin goes to just $5 on a gold package? Remember, on a gold package, you had 5,000 tokens, providing you bought them before the company reached 125 million in sales, and they've already done 50. Those tokens will double. You'll have 10,000 tokens, then at $5, if that's the value on the exchange. In other words, for spending nearly $3,000, you would have made 50 in total. What if the Techcoin goes to $20? We've already just seen Litecoin at 62. Then on a gold package, your 10,000 tokens will be worth $200,000. And if you had a diamond package that you paid $60,000 for, and Techcoin was just $5 when it went to the market, you would make $8 million. That is what it's like being part of a company that is going through from private to public ownership, and in the process offering an ICO that will go to the markets and generate significant value. Here's the scale charts on all commissions. That includes Bitcoin packages in blue, gold, ruby, and so on in colors. You can see there, and you can pause this video at any time to look at that in more detail. But you can see the levels, each one as you refer somebody. Your first referral, you're going to get paid 10% in Bitcoin packages, up to 18% if somebody buys a diamond package. That is instantly paid to you in your back office. Just think about that for a moment. So company incentives, well, there is a car incentive in place and has been since March. When you hit 2,000 Bitcoin packages and maintain that in your back office, the company will pay a car bonus to you of 800 euros every month. That's every month for the life of your account, providing you maintain at least 2,000 Bitcoin packages. If you hit 5,000 Bitcoin packages, they will pay you 1,600 euros per month, every month for the life of your account. That's more than a mortgage payment. And that is paid to you automatically by the company. Other incentives that they've run, beginning of October, a lot of people, 150, 160 people, went to the island of Mallorca in Spain and enjoyed 5-star luxury VIP treatment, all expenses for accommodation, sailing yachts around the islands, food, drink, all included. These guys at Usi Tech know how to throw a party. And there'll be many more incentives like that coming on. We believe the next one to be Hawaii, and there will be qualification rules and requirements to enable you to get on that incentive. But trust me, it's easily done and it's worth going. So remember, this is completely free to join. There are no monthly fees. Just think about that. The company could easily put a subscription in for $9.99 a month and make millions. There are no monthly fees. That gives you an idea of what their focus is. There is no auto ship of products that have to be sent to you every month. All you need to do is simply buy your packages and watch them grow. Once you've done that, you don't even need to log in, unless of course you want to see how they're doing, which of course we do, but you don't have to be sat in front of a screen. You let the company trade on your behalf. So make sure you get back to the person that invited you here to watch this today, but at the very least, make sure that you click the register free button around here on this page and get started. Thanks very much for watching.